Hello, YouTube. ZiggyNo back with Sports Cards Daily. Today is October 27th, and on this day in 1961, the American Basketball League starts play. Amazing, isn't it, when you think about how really short the basketball history is, right? Great series on basketball on ESPN, by the way. Like 20 hours. I think it's Love of the Game. Excellent series. Like 20 hours, not like a short series. Best documentary out there, by the way. Anyway. On the hobby news and chatter. Okay, let me first of all say the 26th was a busy day as far as content. There was some good stuff, so this is going to be a longer episode than normal. Okay, first of all, complete set of 6 Bulls championship rings sold. I'm talking, from each one of the championships. 6 of those, the complete set sold. I want you to guess right now how much those 6 rings sold for. Think about that. We'll come back to that in a minute. In an auction, LeBron prices down. Article I'll share with you. Older collectors' new tricks, another article we'll talk about. And Tyson Beck cards. We'll take a look at that as well. Now today, look for Cards and Cake with Comeback Card Investor. Beckett Live typically has Steve Grad on, the dude from the Pawn Star show. So check that out. It's always a great show. And I'm going to be dropping a video. I haven't named it yet, but it's Ziggy's Look at Patreon. Now, I will tell you, don't worry, I'm not Patreoning anytime soon. Actually, I'm going to tell you right now, on the 27th, on this day, the 27th of October, I will never Patreon. Okay? Not that it's evil, but just not my plan. Anyway, what did you miss yesterday? Top 15 football, how-to video, Panini World Cup Soccer, Minor League Monday, Slab Stocks Live, a new thing that's going to be happening on Mondays moving forward, Sports Card Investment Strategy, Sports Card Investigator, Steve Hart interview, and Hobby Talk with Jeremy. Let's dive in, as one of the guys says. Okay, here are those rings I talked about. Look at those, all 6 rings, championship rings. Now here's a little thing I'll share with you. Now think about this. It is from the dude who was the personal guard security. So it's Caps, his security. So that does change it. It's not a player's ring. It's not even like like a coach's ring. It's a security guard ring. Now, what do you think it went for? Huh? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. $250,000. I actually thought that's pretty good. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but with today, as much as my memorabilia is going for, and the hype, and Michael Jordan, I'm surprised that went for $255. But maybe that's actually really great. I don't know, but I thought it was interesting. The king wins his ring. Prices are down. Great article, talks about it, uses a little card ladder. Why is this going on? Look, I'm going to tell you why I think it's going on. Because before 2020, the only cards of LeBron's that really were valuable were short printed, autographed, and rookie. But somewhere in 2020, any card that said LeBron James on it went up in value. And people graded them. They spent a lot of money on them. And now people look and going, that's what I think happened. Can you teach old collectors new tricks? Good video. Short article here. Basically talk about the guy jumping into Instagram. And I'll be honest, I'm on a lot of social media. I am on Instagram, but it's not my media of preference. And I have some thoughts about why I don't like it. Again, maybe I need to try it more to see if I'm right or wrong and give you kind of my review later on. But Instagram is one of my media. It's just not my primary. But I like the article. It's a good article. Tyson Beck. This came up in another video I saw today. I can't remember which one it was. Yesterday, but gosh, so many videos. What are your thoughts on this? Tyson Beck is selling these, unique cards. Now they're all sold out, but he'll be doing more of these, I'm sure. He's got Tatum and he does Kuzma. When I first saw this, I thought to myself, I don't know. I don't know if I like him. And I also think they're kind of artsy. Like, you don't have Topps or Panini backing you in this. You're kind of on your own, you and the artist, or you and the athlete, and you got some kind of, you got green and the colors that, I don't know. I wonder if that's a good or bad. Like, maybe he gets shut down. These things will be short printed and they'll go up in value. But I don't know. What do you think? They're pretty, and I think as a collector, I could see collectors liking them. But I don't know. Autographs, there's some can be autographed by Jason Tatum himself. Those are limited though. Okay, on with more content. This is a long article, a long video here. Baseball card collector, investor, dealer. Great video on the top 15 football cards in the 90s. Really enjoyed this because there's some guys, you're surprised by how little they're going for. And then some you're like, holy smokes, I can't believe that wide receiver is going for that much. So remember when you thought like it's only about quarterbacks? He starts off the video in the beginning basically telling you that, like, I think right here, look. Oh, we're probably going to get a commercial. Oh, man. We're just going to have to pause that and move on here. So, next video up, how to. This is from a new provider, right? And I happen to be subscriber number 1, by the way. So I thought that was also cool. But he does a quick how to, and he has some other videos on the channel too, on how to get top loaders. Those cards that stuck in top loaders, how to get this out safely without damaging the cards. Which, it's kind of a thing you think about, wow, yeah, I didn't think about that. And, if you're using meticulous tools, like you're using gloves and you're using the little eye thing and the and the lights, I think it makes sense to use tweezers when you have these cards stuck in. He's not talking like your modern cards that come out easily. He's really talking about some of the vintage cards that get stuck in there. But it's a really good how-to video. I did enjoy it. Again, new YouTube content provider, so check him out. Paul Carl Cards. Why is that like a tongue twister for me? Okay, next one. Another newer provider, content provider, Sunday League Investors. This is a Sunday show. I really like this. These guys, basically, they do a little vlog on their day in the hobby on Sundays. Whether it's going to a show, ripping a box, scanning cards, just talking about the hobby. Really enjoyed it. Like following these guys. And again, they focus on soccer. Really cool channel. I really, really enjoyed it. So check it out. Another favorite, have had this on in past Mondays, is I love these Ride Dog Minor League Mondays. Really great. I like right here, he's kind of even showing you some of the top prospects there. Again, if you're into baseball, I think this is a great video, great series, Mondays. And this Monday, he's focusing in on a pitcher, so check that out. Another excellent piece of content yesterday was Slab Stocks Live. So this is going to be a Friday moving forward thing, and they basically took some questions from Instagram, and they answer those questions for the audience. And the people in the chat, we were asking questions, we realized they're not answering our questions. They already accepted them. So what they will do is that you go to their channel here, and you can submit your questions right there. Submit questions for next week, and then they'll answer those next week, which I like. And then next week people will be chatting, going, asking questions, and go, why don't you answer my questions? Well, because they're not answering your questions in chat. They're going to answer them from the previous week. Again, big fan of Slab Stocks. Really like the free content. I like their attitude. I like their answers. And not that I like their answers. I just like their conversations, right? Big fan. Check them out. And look for next Monday. I'll be on my, I'll talk about, we'll mention it on the Sunday show. Woo! Sports Card Investment Strategy. Red Cape Sports Cards. Really good video. Very short. And it's more of an updated just kind of how-to right now. And first of all, I really love the intro. The intro is very funny. But then he gets into kind of some tips. I'll just see if I can find, if I press the button, I'll probably get a commercial popping up here. So again, very good video. Things about like what products to buy, what products to stay away from. Focus, great tip in here. So check it out. Really enjoyed Red Cape Sports. Another excellent tactical video from Sports Card Investigator. And look, without going into too much detail, he talks about a lot of things. He has, one title here about buying Brandon Clark, but you should not. And he has another tactical plan talking about towards design and or advantage. Okay, desired end or advantage. Here's what I got out of this. Research and understand what you're getting into, right? It's not just about the player. You got to think about the market. You got to think about the free agencies. You got to think about a lot of things that go into decision when you're investing in cards. I absolutely agree, right? Like for me, I'll give you a quick example. I don't care who the rookie is. If the Warriors draft a player, that player is going to do well in the market, in my opinion, because he's going to be on a team that's likely going to put him in the playoffs, that will give him visibility. He's going to get TV time. He's going to have to really flop to not go up in value. I would rather have him over the guy who goes first to the Wolves. Just my opinion. Again, we're getting a little long here. Next up, another new content provider, Brandon's Baseball Cards, that at least I picked up recently. 179 subscribers. Please check him out. Subscribe. There's a great interview here with Steve Hart. Freaking, this is awesome. It's really interesting because Steve Hart came up in another video I'll talk about in a minute. But I did not know, I knew about Baseball Card Exchange, but I didn't know about Steve Hart's story. He talked about some of the grading, gives some tips. I just found this very, very interesting. And again, kudos, Brandon, on a great little interview, man. I really enjoyed it. Lastly, Sports Card Hobby Talk, Dustin and Jeremy. Great conversation. Enjoyed listening in, chit-chatting in the chat with these guys. Just really enjoy it. Jeremy is an inspiring person in the hobby. He really is. I really like Jeremy. Dustin, I love you as well. Thank you for taking the day off yesterday. I really appreciate that. But back to Jeremy, it's just a really great interview. He gives some solid freaking advice. Just preaches like there's no tomorrow. Really good advice. I can't stress enough. It's an hour and a half long. I do recommend checking it out. Fast forward you need to. Come back, as Jeremy say, take it in little bites. But Dustin, great show. Really enjoyed it. Again, like I said, he really inspired me to think about, what to go after. Here's a good takeaway from it, right? There's dips, there's highs and lows in the hobby. The lows are only bad for you if you have to sell in a low. What I mean by that is if you have a card and all of a sudden, let's say tomorrow the market goes to poop, and cards are half what their value is. So what? Put them away. Go do something else. Come back in 3 or 4 years, and that is going to be worth more than it was at this dip. I think that's sound advice. And just listen to Jeremy for more. Okay, I went on way too long. Have a great day. Please subscribe. Look for my video on Patreon channels. And any more ideas, comments, questions, keep them coming, guys. I really appreciate the comments. I really, really do. It means a lot to me. Keeps me going. Keeps me motivated to get up every day and do this show.